Hello again, YouTube. It's Skylar. Welcome back to my face. And today's topic, I'm going to be talking about why we have our own transgender flag. So, for those who are not within the LGBT community, um, it may be surprisingly obvious that there is the rainbow flag, which represents all LGBT people, but it's lesser known that people who are transgender actually have their own unique flag. Now, this is defined as pink and blue stripes interconnecting, and it represents all that is transgender. So now you may be asking yourself, well, if there's already an LGBT flag, then why the need for a transgender flag on top of that? And the answer is actually pretty important because LGBT people are the umbrella of all the minority groups within that. However, transgender people specifically fall into their own category of minority that is particularly repressed by society, on top of the fact that the LGBT community as a whole does not represent transgender people as a whole specifically. So it's important to distinguish between the LGBT community altogether and transgender people as individuals within their own group. Now, that might sound really confusing, and you may still be asking yourself, well, why a flag? If you're already in one giant group, isn't that better? And yes and no, because part of having a larger coalition has the benefit of having more diversity and spreading the message of tolerance and love, but at the same time, having a larger group of people will drown out the smaller voices. And in a large part, transgender people represent a very small portion of the overall LGBT community. So it's important that we have our own flag as a reminder that we have our own voice and we're not just a small percentage of a large group. Now, this is really important because a lot of transgender issues are not encompassed in the vast majority of overall LGBT issues. The vast majority of LGBT people don't have to worry specifically with hormone therapy and other aspects of medical care that are specifically exclusive to transgender individuals. And those needs might not be prioritized by a larger group advocating for rights and individual freedoms because such a small percentage of it would only affect that small group. So it's important that we as transgender people have our voice heard and it's not drowned out by a larger group, which does a lot of great things. It's not a bad concept of grouping all of these minorities together into one single coalition. But we still need to remember that transgender people, they are their own group. They are their own community. And their voices need to be heard too. So, personally, while I don't have anything against the LGBT community as large, I don't identify as LGBT so much as I just identify as being transgender. Because too often, transgender people have been overlooked even by those within the LGBT community itself. And honestly, that's pretty sad. So remember that we're special too. We're important. And we have a voice and we have a message. And that message should just be as strong as the overall coalition. So if you're watching this and you are in fact transgender, make sure to remember that you are valid. You're not just a minority in a minority. You are your own person. You are your own people. And we should all focus towards a greater goal, the methodology of which, I mean, shouldn't get lost in translation, but we shouldn't trample over minorities in minorities just to get to that larger goal. And that's really what I wanted to make this video about today, so that people have a better understanding of why there exists a transgender flag. Because transgender people are underrepresented by everyone. And the only people that should be representing transgender people, in large part, are transgender people. And I think that says a lot, because it shows that we have our own voice and we can speak for ourselves, and we're not just some number in a statistic or some chart on a graph, that we're unique individual people that go about our daily lives, and we're just as much a part of society as anybody else. So I hope that cleared the air for some people who may have had questions as to why transgender flag. If that didn't, I will be making more videos in the future about this particular issue, because I feel it's so important, but I don't want to take up too much time in one video today about it. So, until tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You guys help so much, especially with what's been going on with YouTube lately. Every like counts. I also have my own Patreon page now. You can find it at Skylar_Irvine if you'd like to help out my channel to make better quality videos in the future. And have a great day. Bye.